I was really fortunate. I was 18 years old and a monk came to speak at my business school. And I wasn't spiritual, deep, or religious or any of that sort, but I was always open-minded, and this monk was speaking. I used to go to a lot of sessions. I love networking. I turn up at this event. This monk spoke better than any CEO I've ever heard speak. And he blew my mind. And I thought, wow, this is incredible. I then found out that he was like the top of the top in his university that he went to. He turned down all these big companies and corporate jobs, but he looked happy. He had meaning. He had passion. He was charismatic, and he was doing something for the world that was positive. He was building these sustainable villages. He was helping poor people back in India. And I thought, how is it that someone who could have had everything I want, gave it all up, but is still happier than the people who have all of those things? So I started spending a lot of time with him. And when I started spending a lot of time with him, that's when I realized that there was such greater depths to happiness, fulfillment, purpose, and meaning than we think of. And everyone knows that today, that money can't buy happiness. We hear it all the time. But money or anything can buy happiness when you use it for other people, when you serve people with what you have. And that's what he had done. He was intelligent, he was smart, he had everything in the world, but he was using it for something greater than himself. And that was the part that unlocked that meaning and purpose behind everything. That being great or being good or being successful wasn't enough for anyone, because we're all wired for generosity. We're wired to serve. You must have seen these memes on the internet with like kids helping other kids out. Or like there's this brilliant one that I saw recently where there's a cartoon character crying on screen and the kid is wiping its tear with a little handkerchief. And there's another one where there's this statue of a rabbit that's falling over and this little boy is trying to push it up. And we're wired for generosity since we were young. We're wired to serve others. Yet we never talk about service. And so it was when I was introduced to the philosophy and the practice of serving others that my mind switched. Because that's when it stops being about you and starts being about others, and that's when meaning and purpose kicks in. So I often say, your passion is for you, your purpose is for others. And that really encapsulates the point, that you can find your passion, but you have to use it for something beyond yourself to feel fulfilled.